Alright, so I'm going to make this video now to kind of go over APA formatting since you have a paper that is due for this module. So the format that we use is APA, and if you have any questions about any of this after I have gone through it, I want you to please ask, or you can attend during class time on Thursday. I will be available. So if you notice here, these are the fonts that you can use, or these are the most common fonts that are used for papers in APA. These you're not limited to these two. You'll see here in a little bit there are a few other ones that are used, but these are the most common. You want to make sure it's legible. You can't just use any type of font on a paper. You do have to make sure that I can read it. As far as the size of font, 12 point is probably the most common. You don't want to go too small or too large. You can go down to an 11 point font, but 12 seems to be the most common one used. And you notice also it says that it must be double spaced with no extra spaces between paragraphs. So if you, for example, this particular portion right here is single spaced. So let's say I wanted to double space it, I would highlight it, go up to spacing, and I would choose 2.0, which would then double space everything. Now I'm going to go back to single spaced for right now. So everything must be double spaced in APA formatting. And then you also want to make sure that you include a title page, which I'll show you what that looks like here in a moment, and then also a reference page. One thing to note is that your title page and your reference page does not count. That is not included in your number of pages. So for example, this assignment says no more than 3 pages. That does not include your title page and your reference page. So it's not title page, page 1, content, page 2, reference page, page 3. It'll be numbered like that if that's how you do it, but I want to have no more than 3 pages of content, and then your title page and reference page added onto that. So this is what your configuration will look like. You'll have a title page, the body of your paper, up to 3 pages, and then your reference page. Okay. So for example, up here where it talks about indentation, that is one of the most common mistakes that are made with students. Indentation is not done at the beginning of each paragraph, which kind of breaks up the thought when you have a new paragraph. So you need to make sure that you are indenting. And so what do I mean by that? So let's see. I'm going to start typing this out. This paragraph is for purposes only. How to indent properly when writing academic papers. Okay, so it's not a paragraph, but it's a couple sentences, and it goes down to the next line. So you notice this is not indented. So what I want to do is I want to come back to the beginning of this starting of paragraph, and I'm going to click on the tab button, and that indents the paragraph then. So every paragraph will be indented like this, and I'll show you an example here in just a few minutes. Also, it's not double spaced, so I want to make sure that I highlight and I double space it so that it is proper APA formatting. Okay. So to show you an example of an APA formatted paper, I will show you a paper that was completed last semester by a student on the same topic, technology, healthcare. Their title page includes the title. It would include their name, which I've taken that name out. That's where their name would go. You don't have to put your major, Master of Science in Health Informatics. You can just include your school, but the student added that. That's fine. You want to make sure that you have the correct class, your instructor, and make sure you want to make sure that you have the correct instructor, and then 2, you want to make sure that the spelling is correct. And then the last thing on here is the due date. So those are that's the information that you want to make sure that you have on your title page. Another thing that you want to make sure is correct is, or that's even there, are page numbers. So You notice up here on the right hand corner, it says page 1. So how did I get that? If I go up to the header and double click, I tab over to the right here. If I go to insert, I go to page number, I go to current position and plain number, and that is how I got my page number in the right hand corner, and it will automatically add page numbers to every page. So if you get through your entire paper and you forget to add page numbers, you can still add them at the end. It's not too late. So to go down here, that's your title page, that's all that goes on there, and then you start page 2 with your content. So for example, the student added a header, which is fine, and then started the paragraph. And if you notice, each paragraph is indented, like I just said, it starts a new thought. So this particular paragraph, information came from this author, which is the in-text citation. So there's the author's information. We come down to the next paragraph here after that one. Another thought, information that came from this particular author, and so on and so forth. So you're going to go through the paper and start typing in sequential order and make sure that you're giving credit to where you found the information. So you want to make sure that you're adding those in-text citations and putting in the correct author's information. And so then when you're done, you're going to add a reference page that includes all of the authors that you used throughout your paper. And this is the reference page, and if you notice, they're listed in alphabetical order by last name. Okay. If you have questions, I want you to reach out to me. Don't wait until the last minute. Don't wait until the weekend or the day that papers due, because by then it's too late. And another good resource besides your instructor is you can come to this website. It's Purdue OWL. It talks about APA formatting, okay, the 7th edition. So if you come to this website, they will give you all the information that you need for in-text citations, reference pages, and it even helps you cite your sources. I've never used this tool, but there is a tool here where you can choose what your source is, and then it'll help cite it for you. But if you have specific questions, please come see me. Again, you're more than welcome to come to class on Thursday. We don't have a mandated class, but I will be available for any specific questions, or but be there on time. So if you do plan on coming to class on Thursday, be there by 2:45, because I will be in the classroom until everybody that shows up is done. So any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I will see you either Thursday or next week. Have a great day.